Size. Something that seems to be on people's minds, especially men. We seem to feel more confident if people think it's big, and there's no difference in my field. Professors are constantly comparing the sizes of their big swinging Vitas. A Vita is nothing more than a really long resume that includes a list of professors' published research. But the same question for other size debates is just as pertinent in the case for Vitas. Is it the size that matters or how you use it? I work at a university with brilliant professors who do amazing research, but many of these professors are only worried about getting another publication on their Vita to make it longer and thus more impressive. These professors are not focused on how their research can impact our communities. But it's not their fault. A professor's journey starts with tenure, and it creates a publish or perish mentality that universities across this country perpetuate. But I believe that with unlikely collaborations, we can solve this problem. But first, I have to illustrate for you how the academy functions for most people. Meet PhD student Michael Burns. He is starting graduate school, and he has impeccable taste in ties. Michael thinks he can change the world now that he's going to get a PhD. He's cute, right? Michael starts taking classes, and he is repeatedly told it is not the impact of your research that matters, but if it's published in an academic journal that hardly anyone reads. As he continues, he starts to learn that PhD students have to publish before they even graduate, or they will not get a tenure-track job, which is basically a permanent position at a university. He also realizes that tenure at most universities is primarily determined by publications. Michael begins to stress out and question his life choices. But Michael continues on. He takes his classes, he works on his dissertation, works on his comprehensive exams, all while teaching. And on top of this, he's trying to conduct research and publish it while learning the process so he can earn a living after he graduates. Michael doesn't sleep much. Michael actually begins to panic regularly because you can only submit your journals to your articles to one journal at a time. And it takes months for them to review it, and it's oftentimes rejected by anonymous reviewers who give very little feedback on how to improve your research. It's really helpful, by the way. But after more rejections than Michael can count, he finally sees a few publications, and he's hopeful that the publication process will be easier after graduate school. Silly Michael. But Michael finally does graduate. He's now Dr. Burns. Yeah, I'll take that. And Dr. Burns is hopeful that life as a professor with a paycheck above the poverty line, grad students know what I'm talking about, will give him relief. Dr. Burns is wrong. Tenure-track faculty have up to 5 years to prove they are worthy of a permanent position at their university, and this is primarily determined by the number of publications they earn. This causes many professors to do research with quick turnaround, and because of this pressure, many are not doing research projects that could help our communities because it takes too much time. Oh, and by the way, this cycle starts over once you earn tenure. Guess what future promotions are based on? Publications. But the real problem here is that the majority of professors' research in this country will never make it into the communities who so desperately need it because of this system that pervades institutions across the United States. But that's why my team and I created CoSearch. CoSearch is a collaborative, interdisciplinary research competition where teams work together to solve community problems. Our teams are made up of researchers and artists from every department on our campus who use their unique talents and their unique networks to build a research project. But here's the catch. They only have 2 days to do it, and they have to pitch their ideas to a panel of judges from both the community and the university who will award the winning team up to $10,000 to start their research, but more importantly, begin impacting the community. We recruit professors who are tenured, tenure track, and non-tenure track. All of the professors start the weekend by pitching an idea that could solve a problem. They vote on their favorite ideas, and eventually, teams form around 5 projects. And then these 5 teams will work on their project the rest of the weekend and build a presentation. Finally, they'll present their ideas, the judges choose a winner, and we celebrate at a party. And to be honest, the party is actually a really important part of this process because the networking that occurs there, it actually leads to more community partnerships. And I also think that the open bar helps. But let me tell you about the research. It's awesome. We have a group of computer science, communication, and English professors working to improve relationships between nurses and patients. We have a team of artists and social scientists who want to solve the mental health epidemic in this country, and they're actually pilot testing a university-wide curriculum this fall. And last year, we had a team of marketing professors and musicians decide they want to tackle the hunger problem that many Texas State students experience. And all of this research, it's received additional grant funding and it is in the process of being published, helping with the pesky size issue. Thanks. These are just a few of the ideas that have come out of CoSearch and the unlikely collaborations that have formed there. And the exciting thing about all of this is we're doing research that helps our community, and it's not nearly as overwhelming or time-consuming because we have a group of motivated people sharing the workload. Plus, our professors have time to still work on other individual projects and increase the size of their vitas. CoSearch has paved the way for more community problem solving than we ever imagined. Research can make a difference and change the world. It just has to be accessible. And what we did was create an experience that allowed these professors to communicate, interact, and make it accessible. Research is important, and size may matter in academia, but what we use our research for should be and can be our priority. Thank you.